Let's go live to him now. Those details we're about to get.
Okay, everyone, thank you very much for being here today. I'm very pleased to be joined by my colleagues because this is a major announcement. The future of our country is incredibly important, and we need to have a plan for the economy, we need to have a plan for jobs, and we need to have a plan for cheaper electricity. The Prime Minister has no vision for our country because he can't manage the government day to day. We've done an enormous amount of work. I want to pay tribute to Ted O'Brien. We've looked at the international experience. We've looked at why Australians are paying the highest electricity prices in the world. We've looked at the expert advice from the regulator, who's now telling us that under Labor's renewables-only policy, there is a greater likelihood of blackouts and brownouts. We know that the government has a renewables-only policy which is just not fit for purpose. No other country in the world can keep the lights on 24/7 with the renewables-only policy. We need to make sure that hospitals can stay on 24/7. We need to make sure that cold rooms can stay on 24/7. We need to make sure that our economy can function 24/7, and we can only do that with a strong baseload power. And today we announce 7 locations that we have looked at in great detail over a long period of time that can host new nuclear sites, and that will be part of an energy mix, obviously with renewables and significant amounts of gas into the system, particularly in the interim period. It will mean that on those end-of-life coal-fired power station sites, we can utilise the existing distribution network. This is a really important point. Labor has promised 28,000 kilometres of new poles and wires. There's no transparency about where that will go, and we've been very clear about the fact that we don't believe in that model. We want to utilise the existing assets that we've got, and the poles and wires that are used at the moment on the coal-fired power station sites can be utilised to distribute the energy generated from the latest generation nuclear reactors. We have the ability to do that in a way that renewables can't. I want to make sure that the Australian public understands today that we have a vision for our country to deliver cleaner electricity, cheaper electricity and consistent electricity. This is a plan for our country which will underpin a century of economic growth and jobs for these communities. There's no sense pretending that our economy can operate without a stable energy system. And our plan today, which will include these 7 sites, is integral to the energy roadmap for our country into the future. The assets will be owned by the Commonwealth, a very important point, and we'll work with experts to deliver these programs. We'll work with the state premiers. Some debate about that, I see. As you know, I think somebody famously said I wouldn't stand between a premier and a bucket of money, and we've seen the premiers in different debates before where they've been able to negotiate with the Commonwealth, and we'll be able to address those issues. So I'm going to ask DLP David to say a few words.